Well, it's good to be here, ladies and gentlemen. The average person laughs out loud 10 times a day in America. Not all of us, obviously. If you work in a, let's say, like a mental home for depressed teenagers or a hospital, it could be 10 times that. I told my mom I wanted to be a comedian when I grew up. She just laughed and said, "You can't do both." Speaking of my mom actually wrote a paper about her religion. You think I'm religious? My mom actually wrote a paper about her religion, 10 pages, and I'm happy to say that it's increasing the faith of Satanists everywhere. How did those jokes make you feel? Was there any negative emotions with that? No? That's what Laughter Heals does. The organization I chose is, as you know, called Laughter Heals. And they take that positive feeling that you get when I tell those jokes, and they give it to cancer patients. They give it to cripples. They give it to people with bum knees. They give it to whatever the case may be. They take hospital people, like people in a hospital, they put them like in a room, and they have someone put on a comedy show for them, just to give them a little bit of hope, that kind of thing. Has anyone been to a hospital? Anybody? What were you in for?
To see my brother.
See your brother? Okay. Did you ever go to the hospital?
No.
No? Did you?
I had surgery on my pinky.
Okay. No. Did you ever get this sort of like, I don't want to be here, I would rather be anywhere else than right here? Definitely. Laughter Heals gives you a chance to sort of distract yourself from that, sort of make that pain go away for a little while. Laughter Heals helps to those who feel that way, and I just really think that that's important. But why does this matter? Obviously, all joking aside, there are organizations out there that do a lot more important things than making patients laugh. Laughter is important, but people like St. Jude's, the Red Cross, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they're doing obviously more important work. So why should you give to my organization? Well, none of those organizations I just listed, none of them can offer a distraction. In all of those organizations, you are focused on the fact that you are sick. You are, in some cases, in all cases, in the case of Make-A-Wish, you are dying. And Laughter Heals can't really distract you from that. It reminds you of that, if anything. All those other organizations do. Laughter Heals gives you a distraction. Plus, laughter is healthy, believe it or not. Laughter Heals talks about why laughter is important, and it gives these reasons. Laughter stops fear. Laughter Heals helps this. It does. When you've just been given a diagnosis that is pretty scary, honestly, in my case, that helped me out. I told the story about how I was wrestling in a match, and my friend moved too early, and my neck bounced off of a table, and I was scared I was never going to walk again. But like I said, my friend walked in, Dean, the guy that put me in there in the first place, but he walked in and he just made it all better because we were laughing together, we were joking together. Laughter Heals does that. It distracts you from the fear. Laughter relaxes. You know, there's nothing more relaxing to me than going home and kicking back, relaxing, and laughing at my brother. Of course, I'm gonna have to start laughing at something else soon. He gets out of his wheelchair soon. Laughter Heals does that. Laughter Heals takes the tensity, the high, because there's never a smooth hospital visit, is there? There never is. You're always in there. It's always slow. People are always miserable. Laughter Heals gives these people a chance to just have a 30, 45-minute break from that by putting them in there and having someone who is, in some cases, trained to make people laugh. Laughter is comforting. It actually, when I got home one day, I had the worst day ever. I mean the worst day ever. My girlfriend broke up with me, my phone died, my dog bit me. Let's see, what else happened that day? Some kid threw a rock at me for no reason. No, you think I'm joking. I was literally walking home, and a kid threw a rock and it hit me right here. Literally, no reason. He just said, "I don't like your face." That was the reason that he did. Like, I dislike my face enough. I don't need you to tell me. But, and I remember, I cried. I'm comfortable enough in my masculinity to admit that. I was so frustrated. I was so miserable. I was so sad. Because this is before I knew the Lord. So I didn't really have anything to fall back on for that kind of thing. So yeah, I cried. But then my dad got in there, and he made the worst jokes ever. Like, if you think, like, you want to know where the term dad joke comes from? It comes from my dad, okay? Because he makes the worst jokes ever. And I just remember laughing and thinking, wow, this is nice. This makes me feel better. Laughter boosts the immune system. Studies have shown that both two people with the common cold were put in a room together. They were identical twins. One was given funny shows to watch. They had a comedian sort of perform for them and stuff. And the other wasn't. In fact, he was just sort of left alone. And the other guy healed faster. The guy who was exposed to all the laughter. There are studies like that one and others like it. People get better when they're laughing. Misery makes you heal slower. It just does. I want to be a doctor. Trust me, I've looked into this. Laughter eases the pain because there is a lot of pain in this world. And laughter heals is a pretty good standard of that, because they're in one of the most painful places on earth. They're in a hospital. They're in a place where there's not much hope to be found. You know? You don't necessarily go to a hospital for a cold. You go there when there is a serious worry. You go there when your knee's busted and you might not be able to play an entire other season. You go there when your vocal cords are torn up, so you might not be able to sing anymore. You go there when you're in a very, very bad situation. And laughter heals, eases that pain. Only God alone can take pain away. I'm not trying to say that laughter heals takes pain away. It doesn't. But it eases that. And honestly, that's all that these people want at some point. Did you know that the statistics show that when you've been to a hospital once, your chances to become addicted to painkillers is increased by, I believe, 3%, which doesn't seem like much, but that's a startling amount. Laughter heals makes that less likely. When you get out of the hospital, you remember something positive about that experience other than my knee's busted and I can't play basketball anymore. My spine is deteriorating, so I won't be able to do Taekwondo by the time I'm 25. Something like that. That's not all you remember. You remember something else. You remember a chance to sort of veg out and relax. Laughter combats stress. Finals, everybody! Yay, finals! Woo! Can't wait! Party time, finals. I don't want to do finals, guys. I'm going to be candid for a moment. I don't want to do this, if I'm being honest. But see, instead of studying like I could do, I'm just going to watch a bunch of clips from House MD, because that show's funny, and it's going to take my mind off of all the terrible stress, you know? Plus, I mean, you know, he's a doctor, so he's talking about disorders and stuff, so maybe I'll learn a little bit. I don't know. But the point is, laughter combats stress. And if you're in a hospital, like the guys who are affected by laughter heals are, you're probably pretty stressed. Even the parents. Never mind the people that are in all these terrible situations that I've mentioned. The parents, too. They've got to figure out how they're going to pay for their kid. They're trying to figure out just how, am I going to be without a kid by the time I leave here? Am I going to have to pay life insurance? What am I going to have to do? And this gives you a chance to sort of veg out and just forget, you know? Because sometimes that's good. Forgetting about a problem doesn't make it go away, But for every single second that you're forgetting something, as long as it's balanced, you're getting a little bit happier. And if that is done with balance, as I said, that can be really powerful. And most of all, laughter is contagious. I was able to get an entire class laughing without telling a joke. That's my highlight moment as a comedian. And I remember how is I just burst out laughing. In the middle of class, my friend bet me $25. It was Dean again. He bet me $25 and he was like, hey dude, I bet you can't, you're a comedian, right? So you're good with words. Make them laugh without talking. And I said, all right, because technically, laughing isn't talking. So I got the $25. And I remember my friend Dean just saying, you're good. And I use this exact phrasing. I can't talk today. Laughter is contagious. Because it is. Joy is contagious too. I talk about spreading joy a lot. I've talked about it a lot throughout my speeches. When you get the chance, spread joy to your friends. Because chances are, in a lot of cases, they're not getting it anywhere else. Conclusion. The exact words on my notes are laughter heals is important. In case I haven't been able to communicate that to you yet, yes, laughter heals is important. It's not as important as St. Jude's or the Red Cross or Make-A-Wish, but it's important. And I think that if you gave money to this, you would leave feeling just as satisfied as you would if you were giving money to Make-A-Wish or St. Jude's or the Red Cross. I hope you'll give to them. I really do. Some people, like a couple of speeches, you're not really trying to get them to give to it. A couple of the persuasive speeches I've seen, not in this class, of course. Your speeches were all great. But, like, a couple of persuasive speeches I've seen about, because I did research for this class, and I was like, they don't really seem to want you to give to them. I want you to give to these guys, because they're great. I love what they're doing. And they're teaching an important, valuable lesson, which is to love other people. I'm no progressive. In case you haven't figured out by the jokes I tell, I am no progressive. I think that there are a set of values out there that you should abide by. But I also work this into my worldview, which is that if something makes them happy and it's not hurting anyone else, and it's not against God's will or against the law, let them do it. Because no matter how stupid it may be, maybe someone enjoys playing the accordion. Now, I personally would throw rocks at anyone who enjoys playing the accordion. But this isn't about me. I'm talking to you guys. So if someone enjoys playing the accordion, don't trash on them for playing the accordion, all joking aside, because it makes them happy, and it's not hurting anyone, except their parents, because they've got to listen to it. And if you have a chance to give joy to other people, if you know that someone enjoys talking to you, or if you see someone in a CVS that you know just wants someone to talk to, and they will not shut up, and it's driving you insane, bear through it. Because for all you know, they don't have kids at home to talk to. They don't have friends to talk to. These people could be very, very alone. And be nice to your friends. This is something I struggle with. I'm a jerk at times, but if you are given the chance, be nice to someone and remind your friends that you are their friends. Remind your friends that you care about them, because you don't know. You don't know what's going on at home. You don't know if anyone else is telling them what you're telling them. So I think that Laughter Heals is a great way, is not only a great charity organization, but it also has a great motto to live your life by. So spread joy. That's all I've got to say.